I got my questions ready to go. Coach D, I'm so happy to have you, man.
I'm so happy to be here.
This is so cool. I haven't seen you in like a couple years now.
Yeah, I see a lot of familiar faces sitting behind the camera here too, which is crazy.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it's neat to see everybody again.
Yeah, we're all hanging out, all doing our thing. First things first, I just really want to say thank you for being here, and thank you for not only being here but inspiring like all of us. And I'm sure I've seen tons of feedback to you on Facebook.
Right.
It's been crazy to watch, and like I said, I haven't seen you personally, like in person, but just watching it on social media has been incredible.
It's been thank you for that. It's been an incredible journey for sure. That's only 11 months old, which is pretty crazy when I think about it. But it was a change that had to be made, and if I've inspired some people, that's great. I know I've had a lot of people reach out to me and that have joined the program that I have been involved in, and so you just keep trudging along. It took me 48 years to figure this life thing out, but I think I've got it squared away, kind of, so it's all good.
It really is tremendous. What motivated you to start like this journey? What was it? Was it a single moment or just kind of a
Oh yeah, there was definitely an aha moment. In fact, it was about a year ago, right about now. I took a spill. I was out with some friends watching the Packer-Bear game, yesterday was the Packer-Bear game. So right about the same time, fell down, slipped on some ice, fell down, and I broke a bone in each of my wrists. And I didn't know it. So the next day I got up and I couldn't move my hands, and it was hurting really bad. My face was all beat up. So I went to the doctor, and I didn't have a doctor at the time, so I went to the walk-in clinic, and first thing they do when you go to the doctor, put you on a scale.
Yeah.
Why they're weighing me with two broken wrists, I have no idea, but they wanted to know what I weighed, even though I couldn't move my hands and I was in a lot of pain, and the scale was not good. At that moment, I was 431 pounds.
Wow.
And I looked at the number, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, I lied to myself, and I'm fine, whatever. So I got through the appointment, whatever, and then a couple weeks went by, and then an ad for Wayless MD popped up on Facebook, one of those Mark Zuckerberg, I know what you're doing ads.
Yeah.
And
Listening.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's probably listening to us right now.
Oh yeah.
And so I answered the ad, and long story short, had a consult, and waited another week or two to commit because I wasn't ready to jump right in. And but the dietitian there called me and got me to commit, and then we started January 8th, so it's coming up on a year. And on January 8th, I was 420 pounds, so I'd lost 10 pounds. I don't know how. And this last week, I was 234 pounds. I gained 4 pounds this week, which is baffling to me, but I think it's muscle because I'm working out and doing stuff. I'm down 186 pounds.
That's
in 11 months.
It's incredible.
So
it really is great, and you look great.
Thank you.
You really do. I wanna. So you kind of touched on that you're working out now, like kind of with some more weights then right now.
I'm doing weights, a lot of cardio.
Okay.
I'm actually leaving here to go box.
I'm jealous of you. I really want to get into boxing.
So much fun. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've done 2 weeks. The nurse that I've been working with the last 11 months, her name's Amanda, and she's a nurse and a personal trainer. And she also has lost over 100 pounds in her life. So she's walked the walk that I've been walking. So I've been bugging Amanda and bugging her, and finally a couple weeks ago our schedules meshed and we could go. So I've been going on Monday nights at 7, and she's teaching me how to box. I get to hit things. It's a lot of fun.
That's got to be fun.
Put the gloves on, and I'll tell you what, it's a workout.
Oh yeah.
When you look it up, like I keep all my food in an app, so I can track everything, because this whole journey, and the one thing that I've really learned is it's not all about calories. It's about carbs. It's about fats. It's about proteins. And when I used to be really heavy, I would eat so many carbs and not even think about it. And a lot of people do that, and they don't understand, well, why am this sandwich is only 300 calories. Yeah, but it's got 40 grams of carbs, and you're ingesting 500 carbs a day. That's why you're adding weight.
Yeah.
I never knew that, so I've learned that. But so in my app, I put it in after the first week because we got done working out, and I'm really bad. My form is terrible. I was never a fighter.
I'm sure mine would be awful too.
I don't know if I could throw a right cross or a right hook or anything, but I looked it up on my app, and it was 475 calories burned in 45 minutes, which is great.
Yeah.
I do the treadmill, which is boring as all sin.
Yeah.
And you're looking at the clock, and you're looking, oh my gosh. But when you're boxing, all of a sudden Amanda be like, okay, we're done. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I want to hit some more things. So
Exactly.
it's a great way to, it's just, I'm adding things to keep it interesting. So.
That's got to be important too, especially, I mean, they always say you got to keep your body guessing or else you get stagnant and stuff like that. What was the hardest part of, I mean, obviously you're not, like you said, the journey's not obviously completely over, but what's been the hardest part so far?
I tell everyone the hardest part for me is mental. It's always been the mental block. And I've had some friends that have joined the program that have had varying levels of success. And when they haven't succeeded is because they weren't mentally ready. And I have been up and down my whole life. You guys probably, everyone that's here probably remembers me as being pretty heavy. But there's been moments when I've lost some weight and I've gone up and down and up and down. My brain was never ready. And for whatever reason, this moment clicked.
Yeah.
And I remember walking into Wayless the very first day because they do a consult with you. They take blood, they take your blood pressure, they do this whole big thing. And I looked at Amanda and Elizabeth, who are the two ladies I've been working with, and I said, I will do whatever you tell me to do. I am ready.
Yeah.
And so the program that I was on, it started with daily injections. So I was actually giving myself a shot every day, which was a whole nother phobia to get over.
Yeah.
Because I am not a big fan of needles.
I'm so scared of needles.
Yeah, but it turned out to be not too bad. The needle was very small and you get through it. So, but when you do those injections, it's a growth hormone that you're actually putting into your body. Very, very small little dose, and it's all monitored by the nurse. And Amanda's a pro and knows what she's doing. And you have to follow the diet to a T. You can't cheat. If you cheat, you're not gonna have any results.
Yeah.
You might as well just take your money and open up the window and throw it out.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest part, was the mental part. And just because the first couple weeks weren't easy. I was eating 800 calories a day for a while. 800, that's nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you're a guy my size, 800 calories is like the start of breakfast.
Yeah, I don't think I could survive off 800
You guys are all
calories.
young and still in shape, so you guys can get away with that.
Yeah.
Once you get old like me, you got to be careful with that stuff.
Start picking and choosing. Wow, that's great. So, like, do you know what kind of hormone it was then? Or?
It's called HCG, and it's got this big long name, but I looked it up before I started the program because it goes back. The program goes back. It's been used as a diet supplement for 50, 60, 70 years, and every clinic does it a little bit different. I've got a relative of mine in Arizona who did HCG for a while, and she was on 500 calories a day. So this program was 800 to 1,000. They kind of adjusted it because I have a big guy coming in. They're like, give him 800 calories. He might be eating his arm, So we need to adjust it a little bit to get some fuel.
Yeah.
It's a big long name, and I did it for 12 weeks. In the first 12 weeks, I lost 70 pounds, and then they take you off of it because there can be some side effects. There's a medical situation there. Nothing to really worry about, but there can be. So they take you off it, and then I was going to go back onto it after 30 days for another 12 weeks. But after that, from the whole month of April, I was losing 5-6 pounds a week. And so Amanda's like, let's just keep you off the HCG and let's just keep rolling.
Yeah, especially if
we're
you're
just
doing
rolling
it.
with it. So let's just go with what we're doing. So I haven't gone back. Now, that's not to say I won't go back at some point. I mean, if I need a tune-up or something, I'm kind of in a stall mode right now because I've gained some weight, which I think is muscle. It could be water. That's another thing that you never think about is water retention. And everyone's body is so different that I hold salt. Salt is bad for me. It may not be bad for you, but it's bad for me. And when I have too much sodium, I have too much water, and then I gain weight. So I am really, really aware, like every piece of food I'm eating, I'm watching the salt. I don't add salt to anything.
Really?
And our food is full of salt. And processed foods are full of salt.
Anything in a can is
anything in a can.
Anything in a can.
Yeah.
Jake Raymond actually he said because our people can comment live while we're watching.
Hi McKenna. Hi Jake.
Yeah, they both said you look awesome, and Jake said good job. It's incredible how much healthier and happier you look.
Well, thank you guys. It's good to read your. It's kind of weird looking at the screen while I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, it's kind of like delayed, like ourselves are. But yeah, that's
cool.
awesome. Thank you guys for those kind words. And actually, if you don't mind, I actually put the link to the GoFundMe page at this video.
Okay.
So anybody, if you guys are watching, if you guys want to go, we'll get into that. Maybe why don't we go into that right now, actually, and then they can explain why. So the GoFundMe page is for the surgery that you need.
Correct.
And do you want to go into kind of depth on how that went and stuff?
Sure. I'm at a point now, and I knew this was going to happen because of my age and how long I was so heavy. I'm at a point now where I've lost 177 of the pounds that I've lost has been strictly fat. Wow. I started out at 54% body fat. As of last week, I was 23% body fat.
That's a jump.
It's crazy.
That is insane.
More than half of my body was fat. Now I'm right at the average. Like if the average male, 18 to 40-year-old male, which I'm older than 40, the average percent body fat is 24, is like the high end of the average. So I'm average. Mm-hmm. However, all of the remaining stuff that I have, this is all skin in my stomach. There's nothing more I can do with this. I've got other places where I can lose. So I've been kind of thinking I was going to have to do this. So I went and had a consult with a surgeon, and he was great. He did all kinds of stuff, and he's like, "Yep, you are pretty much at the end. We can't do much more with your middle until we do this surgery." And so that's where the surgery came in, and it's going to be, when I have it, it's going to be a full 360. They call it. They're going to basically, it's going to be pretty nasty. They're going to cut me hip to hip. And then they're going to cut me in the back. Yeah, it's going to, I'm getting all kinds of looks over there.
Everyone's grimacing.
And it's going to be super, super painful. And it's going to be a long recovery. It's 6 to 8 week recovery. But when it's done, he'll have taken another 10 pounds off of me.
Oh, wow. And that's all just skin.
Just skin, crazy, it's just skin. That's just, and the reason that I there's a young man I've done a couple stories on at work, because I work at the Kenosha News, and he was really heavy, and he was 16 years old, and he's an Olympic trial boxer. He just finished third in the Olympic trials in boxing,
wow.
And he is ripped. But from 16 to 20 is when he lost his weight. Well, he's young enough where his skin bounced back. Mine isn't going to. So I'm going to have that, or this physique this middle that I have is never going to go away. So that's where I'm at. So now, and Amanda, my nurse, who has just been wonderful, she set up the GoFundMe, which was very humbling. It's very humbling to have a GoFundMe and have all these people support me and in this venture, because it's pretty neat to see that. And I kind of fought, I didn't fight Amanda, but I was like, I don't know, GoFundMes are for people that have, house fires and cancer and things like that, so it's kind of hard. But so unfortunately, I did hit a pretty big speed bump last week. My insurance denied the surgery. So that's where I'm at. So I'm going to have to figure out a way, waiting on an estimate on the surgery. The timing's going to be a little bit goofy now, because they can't get me in until February, and that runs into softball season, which I'm coaching at Tremper in Kenosha. So
thank you. I didn't know you were coaching there.
Yep. It's my 4th year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to maybe do it in February, but it's looking like it might be June before it happens. But I really want to get there, because that's the final piece.
Yeah.
And I know that I look better. I know that I feel better. But my goal, and I've had 3 doctors tell me, if you can get to 220 pounds, that's perfect for you. So I'm 234. So 14 pounds gets me there. Because I'm 6'1", I'm a big guy. They're like, don't get any lower than 220, because you're actually going to be almost too skinny. I'm like, I never thought anyone ever told me I'd be too skinny, but we'll take it, but if I lose 10 pounds of skin, then I'm at 224, give or take a fluctuation. So I'm really, really close. So I'm hoping that this will happen. I want it sooner rather than later. I've never had surgery before, so that'll be a whole different.
Oh man, really?
Whole different thing. Being knocked out and all that stuff. And
holy cow! You never surgery? Didn't you tear your ACL or something?
It was a meniscus, and I just I just let it heal.
Oh, okay, cool. I was not as lucky.
You did the whole thing.
They took mine out because it was shredded, so it didn't heal right.
Basketball will do that to you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Now you're an old man, though.
Yeah, no.
Do you still play?
Well, it was kind of a funky story. I was almost player of the year last year in my conference. I missed it by a vote. And then I was supposed to have a walk-on tryout at Parkside, and the coach just chose to not let me try out. So yeah, so it was like waited till I was already enrolled in my classes, and so it was kind of. Now I have a little hard feelings right now, but it was okay. It was kind of sad to be like the best you've been and then not get a chance to try. So, but other than that, I still play for fun and stuff like that. So it's not over, but it's kind of over.
Diving into bleachers like always?
Exactly, yeah.
Of course.
Exactly, always hustling. So with the surgery, though, guys, you guys can go. The link's in the description below. You can check it out and help Coach T out on his journey. Even if you don't have much, anything anything helps. I mean, this guy's busted his ass. He's worked so hard. He deserves it. If we can help him out, we should here at Detox. So please do, guys. Moving along then, what's your biggest advice for somebody else who has to or wants to go through something like this?
There's a few things. I think, first of all, like I said, your mind. Get your mind right. That is so important, because I'm finding out the ups and downs of this journey. And someone reached out to me the other day, a high school friend of mine reached out on Facebook, and she said it's not linear. There's going to be curves and ups and downs. I'm still learning that part. I'm still getting my brain wrapped around why I really, really, really worked hard last week and I gained 4 pounds. But there's a lot of reasons why I could have gained 4 pounds. I might have added 4 pounds of muscle because I'm toning, but it's hard to wrap your head around that. You're like, you gotta be ready for that. You gotta be ready. And the one of the other big things for me was being open to learning, to taking advice and taking professional guidance from professionals.
Yeah.
For so long, I tried to do this on my own, and my mom would be like, this goes back a few years. She goes, "You look like you've lost some weight. What do you weigh?" I'm like, "I don't know. I never get on the scale." She's like, "Why don't you get on the scale?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know." So to take advice and to learn those things are huge, and getting your brain wrapped around it. Another big thing on this is getting a support system. And when I first started, I wasn't going to go public with this. I'm like, no, I'm just doing this for myself. And then Amanda found out I was a writer, and she's like, "You're a writer. Well, you got to get that out there." So I put it out there, and then I get all this support, and the support feeds you, and it just drives you, and it pushes you, and now I feel like I've got thousands of eyes on me, which is great. I got a lot of people watching, which is fantastic. Like,
does that hold you more accountable?
Absolutely.
Because then you can't fail for them too.
Absolutely. I feel like I've got so many people. My uncle reached out. I just read it before I came here on Facebook, and he's like, "You've got so many people pulling for you. Take a deep breath because of the roadblock from last week." He's like, "You're going to be fine." And you have to just let the people that want to support you support you. And so those are two big things. And then once I started seeing success, once I started seeing the weight coming off, then I started feeling better. But now, and I've got to work on this, this is a fault of mine. Now it's turned into an obsession, which I have to pull back a little bit on myself because I'm so concerned, I'm so consumed with the numbers. And you can't,
I get what you're saying. You got to be healthy mentally, emotionally, physically.
Everywhere,
it's everything.
And I am. Like, I've had blood work done three times during this journey. Once when I started, once when I had a physical, and then I just had a follow-up blood work done in October. My blood work's perfect. I am healthier now than I've been in 30 years. When I started this journey on January 8th, I was pre-diabetic. They took blood, they tested it, and Amanda was reading my results with me, and she's like, "Well, you're pre-diabetic. Your glucose is 117. Diabetic is 120. I had a physical in July, and my glucose was 90, which is average. It's totally normal.
Yeah.
So I am no longer pre-diabetic. My cholesterol is so clean, you could eat off my cholesterol. It's crazy.
There you go.
Like, I have better cholesterol than most people that are even healthier than me. My blood pressure was 120 over 78 last time they took it, which is completely normal. So those factors, and then you have to also take into account non-scale victories, which is a term that I learned early on in this journey. If you measure yourself only by what's going on in the scale, you're going to get frustrated. Like I was on Friday when I got on the scale at Wayless, and I'm like, how did I gain 4 pounds? I was so angry.
Yeah.
But I no longer have knee pain. I no longer have back pain. I no longer have heartburn. I can't wait to fly on a plane.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you, it's probably been 20 years since I've flown, and it was completely uncomfortable, all cramped in. I should be able to sit.
That's crazy.
I went to the Bucks game the other night, and the Fiserv is gorgeous, but every basketball arena has cramped seating because they want to get more seats in.
They want to get some more tickets, yeah.
And I'm still 6'1". I mean, I'm not tiny, but I sat perfectly comfortably. I was like, all right. So this is what it's like not having my knees in my jaw. I could get used to this.
That's a cool. I never heard that term before, but I like that non-scale
victories because there's a lot of things. I was always dealing with heavy joint pain, and I saw a meme, to use the Facebook term, a while back that every pound of weight that you lose 4 pounds of pressure off your joints. So, doing the quick math, I've lost 186 pounds. So that's 24, 774 pounds of pressure that's come off of all my joints.
Yeah, that's
insane.
Yeah.
That's an insane amount of pressure. And I had another coworker who weighs about 180 pounds. So when I got to the 180 pound mark, he's like, and they call me Trut at work. He's like, Trut, carry me. I'm like, what do you mean, Sam? He's like, put me on your back. That's what you've been doing. You've been carrying me the whole time.
That is crazy. That's how much I was, like 180. So
I have to throw you on my back and walk around and work my whole day with you on my back.
No wonder you don't have knee pain anymore. Yeah,
exactly.
that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's crazy. Christian Jansen says, Coach T, is that you? You look incredible, truly an inspiration for anyone.
Thanks, Christian. Goals. Good to hear from you.
Yeah,
is that you? I get that a lot. Is that you?
Yeah, is that you? Yeah, I just remember when I saw the picture, I was stunned. I was blown away, and I've spoken to these guys. I mean, I remember showing you guys, and I was like, guys, you guys see what Coach T?
Is that you exactly?
Yeah,
it's pretty. It's been very wild. And I've documented everything because I am writing a book.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's very much in the beginning stages, but as I've gotten through this journey, I wanted to figure out how to give back. And so I've had a lot of people reach out. I've written some columns that have been in the Kenosha News, and I actually had one lady, a complete stranger, found me on Facebook after she read my column, and she reached out via Messenger. I gave her my number, said call me anytime. So we talked for like an hour. And I want to use my gift of gab and my gift of writing to try to help people. So the best way that I can do that, and I'm doing some speaking things now. I did the Rotary, and some other things are coming up. And I kind of just want to share it because I know there's people out there that are in the same boat that I was and that I'm in and are fighting that battle. And so if I can help people, so I'm writing this book, and it's really in the beginning stages, but there's some things I'm looking forward to, like making a black pot of coffee one night and sitting in my office at home and just like shutting out the world and just cranking it out. So hopefully, I mean, if I could sell 500,000 copies at $2 a piece, there's my $1 million.
Oh, we'll post it up on here on Detox. I'll have it front and center, and we'll have you back sometime.
Free one, autographs, everywhere.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
Absolutely.
So I want to know, like, what's been. Well, you were talking about the Kenosha News and how, like, you want to put your writing to make the book. With the Kenosha News, how'd you get involved with them? What made you want to go into that career field?
Well, I actually, before I met all you guys at Wilmot, I was in newspapers for many years in Lake Geneva. So I was the sports editor there from 94 to 2008. And then I kind of got the bug to try something different. So I wanted to go into education and kind of dabble in that. And then I got out of newspapers. And then I did some freelancing for the Kenosha News. And then at one point, their sports editor reached out. I think it was 2015 or so. And he's like, we have a part-time opening. Would you be interested? So I juggled while I was working at Wilmot. I was working at the Kenosha News at the same time. So I was doing both. And then I got out of Wilmot and went full-time to the Kenosha News. And then I lost my job at the Kenosha News for 3 months. They laid me off. We had budget cuts, which is just the way newspapers are these days. Mm-hmm. And then they brought me back. So now I'm back there. So I'm on my 4th year total. I'm in sports, doing a lot of writing, sports coverage and things like that. So I'm 25 years in the business.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good run.
Long time.
Yeah.
I'm old.
So you're talking sports then. So obviously you coach. Mm-hmm. What I guess might be an iffy topic for you, but what's your favorite sport to coach?
Oh, jeez, there's basketball players in here, there's football players in here. I don't have any softball players in here. That's good. I'm just gonna say the sport that I'm coaching at the time. How's that?
That's that's politically correct answer.
There's so much I loved about football. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, Friday night football, 1 minute before kickoff, and I was a special teams coach for a lot of my career, so the game always started with me in my group. So I would get, and this is no joke, I would get goosebumps and chills at about 6:59 because the national anthem had just finished, or was just finishing, and now I got to get my guys together, and now we're either kicking off and ready to go down there and knock the crap out of somebody, or we're on kick return and we want to get a good block and get our offense set up. So that was that was so exciting. I loved football. There was a lot of things about football that was hard. People don't understand what goes into coaching football, and I was just an assistant coach. It's 7 days a week. It is. It's film. It's a grind. It's a grind. Basketball, I loved game nights.
Yeah,
loved the game nights. And Coach E and I had this conversation many times because he loves practice. Loves practice.
Yeah, I can see
right?
that.
All these laughs. All you guys that played for Coach E. He loves the teaching part and the fundamental part, and he is dynamic. But he would tell me all the time, and I've known Coach Trout. I wrote about him when he was a player in Lake Geneva. That's how far we go back. I covered him.
Back when he went to Badger, right?
Yeah, he started on their state team in '98. I got there in '94. So I've known Coach Trout a long time.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
So he told me many times, he said, Coach T, I'll tell you what, you do the games, I'll stay home, and you stay home at practice, and I'll do practice. I'm like, deal. Because I hated practice.
Yeah.
I did not like practices. I want the games. I want the excitement of the games. And then softball has become quite a love of mine, and that's the one sport I'm still coaching. I don't coach basketball or football anymore. But softball, to me, it's kind of grown on me. It's the first time I coached softball was 2002, and the coach that asked me to do it at Williams Bay, a small little school by Lake Geneva, and we were friends. He's like, hey, I need a JV coach. I'm like, girls? Is that where they throw it underhand, right?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know. I mean, I was a baseball guy, you know?
Yeah.
And the sport is just, it's so fast and
Oh, yeah.
smaller field and everything happens so quick. So, but yeah, I love them all.
That's awesome. That's really cool. What's one of your, or if you have a couple, what's some of your like best moments, your favorite moments coaching?
Well, in 2007, I was on the state championship staff at Williams Bay. We won a state title. So
oh, really?
That's
awesome.
that's number one. Playing in Madison at the Goodman Diamond, we won it on a double in the bottom of the seventh inning on a 3-2 pitch, just like in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we had a girl on third, games tied, our best hitters up, and she was an all-state kid that year, and ripped a double down the line, and we win the state title. So amazing, and I'm still close with all those girls, and I still hear from them from time to time, even though they're all grown now, and some of them have children of their own, and just shows how old I'm getting. But definitely. But there's been a lot of memory. I think beating Burlington as a Wilmot basketball coach in the tournament was really good. But in general, I mean, because I can't remember all the specific moments, but in general, just the camaraderie that you build with like I have so many, like I'm sitting here with all you guys, and I've coached a lot of you. To have that camaraderie years later is important to me, and I tell that to my current girls now. I'm like, I met with a kid the other day that I had that was going through some situations, and she still reaches out and try to help them out. To me, that's the fun part of coaching. I'm not coaching with Coach Trout right now, but we've been such good friends that he'll reach out to me from time to time, or his wife will. How you doing? How's it going? Let's get dinner. And I know he's busy, I'm busy, and we're not coaching together anymore. But all those friendships to me that's why you coach. You don't coach high school for money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's true.
That's for darn sure. We're not in Texas, where they make $80,000 to be a football coach.
Yeah, that's
so if you think you're going to make money, coach, you coach to give back to kids, and you coach to learn, and the competitiveness. I love I have so many friends in the coaching fraternity, and we coach against each other, and those are fun. Like we try to just pound the snot out of each other when we're coaching each other, but then we're buddies afterwards, or we're friends afterwards, and it's all good. So a lot of those, just the general memories.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And the camaraderie, I think, is definitely true, especially in my sense. It's like you go to war with your team, against other people, and obviously afterwards everything's cool. You don't hate the other team or anything like that. But it's a battle. You practice all week for that game on Friday night, whatever. And of course you're gonna look back and have those friends.
Oh, absolutely.
All those memories.
It's another family. Like I've gone through some situations in my life, and everyone does, and and you can lean on other people to help you out through whatever life is throwing at you at the time, and then you have that other family because you're bonded. Yeah. Because you're working hard. I mean, you guys played for Coach Trout.
Yeah.
There's sometimes that wasn't a picnic. I know.
Yeah, there are times.
It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Mentally, emotionally, physically, it's a grind. Any sport.
Some other people chime in here.
Oh yeah, Jake Raymond said Kill Squad. I think he was referring to the special team.
Who's the one below it?
That's Joey. Joe Witt Gaming. He does his own little Twitch thing now. So he said roses are red, violets are blue, What does it actually do? Coach T looking like a brand new man. That's from Joey also.
Nice. Thanks, Joey.
Joey's out here. We've got some anonymous questions that people send straight to my phone. So I don't know who asked these questions, but people want to know. Let's see. First question: what's on your bucket list? If there's something on there.
It's kind of funny because I do have a bucket list, and I told my family this, and they think I'm absolutely insane. But this spring I'm going skydiving.
Really?
I am. And I am scared to death of heights.
Oh man, I'm scared.
I am scared to death of heights.
Oh, skydiving freaks me out.
I've had people tell me, because I never thought I would get to 200 pounds lost. I thought I would do this and lose 50 pounds, maybe 75, and I'd be done. But as I got closer, and I've had people say, well, if you're gonna lose 200 pounds, you got to do something big. You got to go on a cruise, or you got to do something. You can't just okay, I'm gonna have a piece of deep dish pizza and call it a day. You got to do something big. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I've checked off so many things off my list this year. Let's go skydiving. Let's jump out of a perfectly good plane.
Holy cow.
Why not?
That's
so
good.
Springtime, I'm going to be doing it.
He's coming with.
Springtime, I will be doing it in the spring for sure. I obviously can't do it now in the cold, and I haven't reached my goal yet. So, But yeah, sometime in the spring. I told my mom, which I wasn't going to tell my mom. I probably shouldn't have, because you know how moms are. They worry.
Yeah.
You know, but I told my mom, and she just shook her head. I'm like, I'll write the end of my book before I skydive.
There you go.
Just in case something goes wrong.
See, I get scared. There's a joke, a comedian, I think it's Andrew Schultz. Yeah, he said he has a joke about skydiving where it's like, why would I pay $300? Best case scenario, I live. Why would I pay $300 to do what I'm doing? So that's kind of been my outlook on it. It kind of scares me, but
it takes 3 parachutes to fail for you to die.
Really?
So if that's if 3 parachutes are gonna fail, it was just the good Lord's way of saying, "Hey,
it's meant to be.
You've come as far as you can go." So I am skydiving. That's number one on the bucket list.
Hey, that's gonna.
There'll be
really
videos
cool.
and there'll be plenty of pictures of that, and I will be scared out of my mind. I don't even like going up on a ladder.
That's gonna be a dig. Yeah. Joey just said would like to see GoPro video of him doing tricks midair.
You got it, Joey.
Dude, yeah, that would be something. Wow, I didn't know skydiving. That's really cool.
I just kind of pulled that one out like 4 months ago.
So that was kind of just new. So you checked all the other ones off. That's cool. Let's see what else we got here. Someone said, if you could change one thing you did in the past, what would it be?
I would say not getting into a whole string of bad habits. Mm-hmm. Everyone's busy, but I got caught into the busy lifestyle, eat the garbage food. I also got into the bar scene way too much as a younger person, and that is not good for a healthy way of living. Yeah. So I work at a sedentary job. I sit on my butt all day at a computer. Sometimes I'm out and about, but usually I'm just working away. And so I remember when I went to college, I had played high school football for 4 years, and I wasn't in tremendous shape, but I wasn't in terrible shape. I was a normal size 18-year-old when I went to college, and I never got going on I'm going to work out. I'm going to go to that. Yeah, never did. And all of a sudden, just one thing snowballed after another. So if you can avoid getting yourself where I was, that's best. You know, to try to, because I'll tell you what, now I love being active. Yeah. Like I used to fight it. Like, oh my God, I didn't work out for 3 days. I didn't do anything Friday, Saturday, or Sunday this week. I talked to my nurse, and after all this stuff with the insurance and the stress and everything else, she's like, take a couple days off and don't do anything. So I didn't. I reset my nutrition this week. I changed my intake a little bit, dropped the calories down a little bit, dropped the carbs, played with that. But I miss working out, which is crazy. Like I got a bag of clothes in my car that I bring with me so I can go work out. And all you guys that know me would never believe that, but it's true. Yeah. I love the feeling of when I'm done working out. So to me, that's a huge part of what we all need to do. You need to be active to enjoy life. Yeah. You know, I mean, I hate walking on the treadmill. So once the weather breaks again in May or June or whenever we get nice again, I will be outside again because I would rather be outside. I love the fresh air, and it's a stress reliever. Clears the brain.
100%. Yeah, that's what I mean. For anybody that played sports, like I remember I'd go to the gym before school and get shots up. Yep. Yeah,
you were a gym rat.
Lets everything go. So same thing in college. It was. I mean, I'm still in college now. I didn't drop out just because of basketball, but it was like I would go. We'd have practice at 5 p.m. and I'd just get there at like 2 because I was done with all my classes. I'd be there for like 3 hours, work with the
Chucking
coach,
them
and then
shots, yep.
yeah, and then we'd do practice for another 2 hours, and then I'd stay for another hour, and then go. It's the like
Yeah.
you love it. You learn
Yeah.
to love it, and I'd imagine it's probably the same thing after
I
seeing the
feel
results you've seen.
I feel such a sense of accomplishment when I'm done working out.
Mm-hmm.
Like last Thursday I went to the gym and I really wanted to push myself on the treadmill. And I don't run. I have no delusions like I'm going to be a sprinter at 48, but I get a good walk in, and I had the incline up to 12.
Oh yeah.
And so I had the speed up to like 4 or 5. So I was moving.
Yeah.
And I was tired, and I'm like pushed through this, and I'm talking to myself as I'm doing it because I'm getting pretty tired. And I got done. I took a deep breath. And the other thing I've noticed is how fast I recover. I'm not like dead for weeks after working out. I'm tired for like, I'm going to go boxing a little bit. And she's going to kick my butt like she does every week. And I'll be tired for about 10 minutes and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because I can get through it now. And so.
Whoa, I don't know what that was.
Mom.
That's scary. But no, I get that's I know a lot of guys that did morning lifts and stuff.
He says, well, I was planning on skipping the gym today, but after watching that, I'm on my way. Attaboy.
There you go, Joe. Joe's on his own weight loss journey right now, and he's doing pretty well too.
Well, reach out anytime, Joey.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Happy to help you
out. Yeah, no, that's what a lot of guys that did morning lift. I know I started doing morning lift like my junior year of high school, and it's the same thing. Like the first couple times you're like so dead,
right?
But then after I got into it for like a week and a half, then it was like after that every day when I got done, I was tired while I was in the shower getting ready for school, and then once I was in class, I was like, oh, I'm like energized. Yeah. I'm like excited to be here now.
Yeah, I have so much crazy energy right now, like in my life, like. I want to
jump out of a plane.
I want to jump out of a plane. I live in my place that I live in Mount Pleasant now because I moved out to a condo out there. Is 3. It's an upstairs and then a basement. So I'm up and down the stairs just to do laundry. Mm-hmm. Well, when you're 420 pounds, like I used to be, that was a struggle. Now I'm like bounding up and down these stairs like crazy, Yeah. So the energy level is insane, and you've just like I get good. The other non-scale victory I didn't even talk about that just popped into my head was sleep. Was really? Rest. I wasn't getting any rest. I would go to bed and I would technically get 7 or 8 hours of sleep. I was getting like 4 because I was up all the time because I probably had a touch of sleep apnea. There's really no doubt in my mind I did.
What is sleep apnea?
Sleep apnea is when your heart will stop and your breathing will stop and it naturally comes back, but sometimes it doesn't. That's what killed Reggie White. He was big, and it affects big people. More than others. So my mom would always say, I'd go home for a holiday or whatever, and she'd be like, you are always yawning. I'm like, I'm tired and I work a lot. She's like, everyone works a lot. You can't be that tired. Mm-hmm. And she was right.
Yeah, wow.
So now I'm getting like, you got to get your rest, and you got to that's a huge part of it, which is another reason why this week kind of went sideways because I wasn't getting a lot of rest. So you got to kind of train your brain to like get your butt to bed and turn the electronics off and go to bed.
Unplug from social media.
Right, and I try to do that too.
Yeah. So with social media, then obviously you said you've had a lot of people like reach out and support you. Is there, what are your thoughts on like just social media in general? I mean, I'm sure working with the news, I'm sure you guys kind of utilize it a little bit more.
It's been good, and I think it's been the best thing and it's been the worst thing at the same time.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would agree with that.
I mean, in my profession, it's killed journalism. It's killed it. And how long we hang on as journalists in this world, I have no idea. Our newsroom is a third of the size it was when I started. So, I mean, people have come and gone. I came and went back. But so that's the bad part of it. The other bad part of it is, and I don't mean this to be a rip on the younger generation, of which you guys are.
Everyone's got their tweets ready.
And I'm guilty of it too. My phone's over there. Mm-hmm. But we as a society we've forgotten how to communicate. Yeah. Like to have a conversation like you and I have been having, and to look each other in the face because we're always doing this, and I've told that to kids too, because I can remember probably with Wilmot getting on a school bus after a ball game and it's pitch dark and all you see is glows in every seat because everyone's got their phone by their face, and so the communication aspect has kind of gone south, and people are pretty, gutsy on social media because they're not say some stuff they're not right in front of you, so I've noticed that, and I'm in the communication business. I talk to people all day. I interview people all the time. I talk to people like this face to face because so I think the social media thing has been I I love social media for one fact that I can stay in touch with people. When would I ever see half of the people?
Yeah.
You know, our paths would never cross.
Yeah, would never.
You know, you would have been graduated, and maybe I run into you in Kenosha by random.
Yeah.
You know, I have relatives, you know, in Arizona that I would never see, and I see their kids' pictures of going to school, and I get, oh, hey, there's my little niece or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff I like, but it's got its good and its bad.
Yeah, definitely with the mental health, there's a lot of issues with that. And I think a lot of high schoolers, it's kind of tough on them. So because it's like you said, people can talk out of pocket a little bit crazier if they don't if you're not standing right there with them.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I'm fortunate. I work in hospitality, and that's kind of all I've worked in. And a lot of these guys, we worked in food and hospitality, so we kind of are forced to talk to people all the time. So I mean, it's good learning skills though.
Absolutely.
Definitely good skills to have. Matt O'Connell says, "We love Coach T. Great to see you succeeding and doing great with your life."
Maddie, thank you so much. And I'm still not giving you full credit for that victory for the JV game. So anyone who doesn't know that story.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the full story. I think I know some of it.
Some of you might know it. When Coach McGinn got ejected from a JV game, and I was coaching with the varsity, and I'm sitting behind the bench, and Coach E had already gone into the locker room with Coach Burhorst to do the typical before game, and I'll just sit right here and watch the JVs. Well, Matty O was out for an injury, and he turns around, and he goes, "Coach T, come here." So I went over, I said, "What?" He said, "Coach McGinn just got kicked out." I said, "Uh-oh, well, they need a coach."
Yeah,
so I sat on the bench.
Yeah.
But I didn't know any of the plays. I think that was Bobby Brenner's.
Yeah, because that's Matt and Bobby, same grade. Yeah,
same grade.
You're above us.
And so Maddie's calling the plays, and I'm like, I don't even know half the kids' names. I'm the varsity coach. And these are younger guys. And so we won. Bobby probably scored 6,000 points, and they won the game, you know. And so, but Maddie keeps trying to take credit for that, and I'm not
giving it to him.
I was the coach on staff.
If he wasn't there, you wouldn't even have gotten your W.
Take that, Maddie O.
That's the truth about it. Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, exactly. So now on a little bit lighter note, then. The guys in the studio want to know, like, what are your favorite movies? I don't know. It's kind of
Shawshank Redemption.
Really?
My favorite movie of all time.
That's one of Tim's faves, too.
Timmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could watch that movie every day of the week. Love that movie.
Really? That's interesting.
I'm a Morgan Freeman guy.
He is extremely talented, so that's fair. Well, I know you got to get to boxing soon, so we're going to, Tim, you want to just pull up our patrons real quick? And we will say thank you to you guys. Thank you to all of our patrons that help us run the show, help us, contribute to us weekly or monthly, whatever it is. If you guys want to become a patron, just go to patreon.com/DarrenRita. Again, Coach T, is there somewhere you want people to follow you at?
I'm on Facebook. I don't have an Instagram or anything like that, but you can find me on Facebook. And
Dan Truttschel on Facebook.
Yep.
You guys can follow along. Plus, you're writing the Kenosha News again now, you said?
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Yes,
so you guys can also follow his stuff, his works there, and be on the lookout for his new book. We're going to keep the title under wraps yet because I don't know it. But
I have one, but I'm not going to say it either.
Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. We'll have you back, and you'll come say
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely.
Thanks for having me. It was so much fun.
It was so fun. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.